What's going on, guys? We're going to cover this Bitcoin chart from a daily macro perspective. Now, today we are selling off just a little bit, down about $2,800, 3.5%, currently trading at 80,300. So, when's the bull market? When's this top? When's this? When's that? I hear a lot of panic. There's a lot of fear. If you go to coin market cap, you see that fear and greed index under 20. I think at one point in time touched 14, 15. So there's a lot of extreme fear. There's a lot of extreme uncertainty. There's a lot of things that are going on. So even if you're not holding Bitcoin and maybe you're playing altcoins or maybe you're playing meme coins or some AI coin or something, right? And you're kind of wondering, is it my coin? Is it the token? Is it this specific crypto that I'm holding? Guys, the whole market is down, and not just the crypto market, but the overall markets in general. NASDAQ 100 is down. S&P 500 is down. The Dow 30 is down, right? So when you look at this, there's a lot of things going on. And in order for us to kind of see some type of reversal, I think that they need to bring this market down a little bit more. Now, again, I am not a bear by any means. I do have a long-term portfolio. I've got some long-term plays. I play everything from the big blue chip names like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, all the way down to your altcoins and your meme coins. And the thing is that right now we're at a very, very crucial area of support that Bitcoin has been holding. It's holding the 200 SMA, which is right here. We actually tested it a few days ago on March the 11th. Now, March the 11th, we came down and tagged this area, followed by an immediate bounce, but we're trapped inside of a range. So right now we're going through a little bit of a distribution period where we're working on 4 days of trading in a range between 84,000 and let's call it 77, 78,000. Until we break out of this range, you're going to see things kind of sell off a little bit, and then you might see a little bit of a pop, and then it sells back down again. You're kind of wondering, why isn't the market going up? We are trapped below a lot of supply. Like, truthfully speaking, we would not talk about or even think that run that we all are expecting and want to see is here until we start to reclaim at least 96,000. And not just wick above it or not just trade close to 96,000, but we really need to close over 96,000. And then we need to pull back. And I would say a pullback as deep as 96,000 down to 90, 96,000 down to 91,000. Hold that for a few days and then start taking out that 96,000. You'd have another price target at around 105, and then obviously all-time highs at 110. And then once you break 110, I think we're going to 135 pretty quickly. Now, how long is that going to take? Well, it depends. We went from 110,000 all the way down to 77,000 in a matter of about 2 months. So we could be looking at maybe half the time of that. Again, once things really start to ramp and that's it, the floor is in, we can definitely recover a lot of this in the better half of a month or a month and a half. From now, let's say that the low is in, which again, I don't firmly believe that the low is in, but let's just say that the low is in. You could be looking at all-time highs come May, okay? And if you're not ready for that, you're not ready to stick around for another month, you're not ready to stick around for another 2 months, or hell, you're not ready to stick around for the rest of the year, then it would probably be in your best interest to probably just close your portfolio, not look at it, and then maybe check it once a month versus checking it once an hour, right? Because I know a lot of you guys are checking it on the hour, every hour to see what's changed. Guys, nothing has changed. Again, I think we're probably going to dip below this March 11th low here. That low price was 76,735. If I look at the weekly chart, and I see where we're really standing at here on the weekly chart, I've got these Bollinger Bands that are starting to contract. Once you get these Bollinger Bands to start squeezing together, you're getting a big move. Now, the big move can be definitely to the long side. It can be definitely to the short side. Now, if it is to the short side, and we do start to crack below 75, 74,000, this can get down to $63,000 in a hurry, guys. In an absolute hurry. But the thing about it, the faster we get down there, whether it's going down to 70,000, whether it's going down to 63,000, that would be so hard for a lot of people to imagine. The faster we get down there, the faster we're going to be on the road to recovery. There's a lot of structure. Okay, there's a lot of structure. Essentially, from the month of about February of 2024 all the way to about November of 2024. So the better half of 9 months here, 6 to 9 months, you've got a lot of consolidation where literally we did nothing. We kind of just went up and then we came back down, and then we tested highs and then we came back down, and then we tested highs and we came back down. And we did this for months and months and months on end, from March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Okay. So there is a floor here. There is some support that's going to be in this range. And if you kind of, if you kind of look at this floor, and if I was to drag this line across and I make a range, well, you're going to see a floor from where we stand right now, which would be the tippy top of this range, all the way down here to this rising uptrend. Okay. That's going to meet you right in the middle at around 63 to 65K. And if we get down there, I think this is going to be where a lot of capitulation is going to happen, where people are just going to throw in the towel. They're going to get out of their positions. They're going to allow big money to scoop it up at a very deep discount. And then you're going to see something change where maybe the tariffs and the trade wars are starting to ease. Maybe we're getting a little bit more calmness coming out of Ukraine and Russia situation, and maybe we're going to see those interest rates drop, right? Because ultimately I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to deplete these risk on assets to get that interest rate to drop, and then you're going to get some fresh liquidity that's going to come into this market. And I think that's going to be the rally where we start to kind of pick up. And if that's the case, then you would be looking at a timeline of maybe something between June, July, August, September, where you're back up here at these all-time highs. Now, again, it can definitely be a lot quicker, right? It can be somewhat of a black swan event where you get a very quick, just kind of wick through this and an aggressive snapback with that higher low. And then the road to recovery starts, and maybe we get some type of recovery almost back up to all-time highs in the month of May. And then typically, just if you kind of go on the cycles of how things have performed in the past, typically around May, you do get a high followed by a consolidation towards the summer. And then you get that last kind of run up October, November, December. That could very well be in play as well. Now, depending on what your timeline is, depending on if you're a shorter term trader, you're a long-term holder, is going to depend on what you're doing and how you're taking profits along the way. But again, just be patient, guys. There's nothing much you can really do. If you can afford to dollar cost average into the names that you love, like I've been dollar cost averaging into Toshi every chance that I get, things like Ethereum, things like Bitcoin as well. And again, it's only going to be a matter of time, right? I know a lot of people, when we were trading way up here, a lot of people were talking about, that's it, Bitcoin's going 150, 200, 200,000. And they're waiting and they're waiting and they're waiting, but we had no real significant pullback, right? You can't really pump the markets when you're coming off of a serious run. Like, look at the run that we started, literally in, if you really count coming off this floor here in September, October, we went on a run from September, October, all the way into February. Okay, so you're talking the better half of 4, 5, almost 6 months here, where we went on essentially a parabolic move to the upside with no real pullback, right? So if you look at this area here, right, these previous highs from this consolidation, and I drag this line across, look at where it's matching up with the line on my screen, which this is called a linear regression channel. If you look at this, this is our breakout, consolidation, and this is our retest. So we are retesting the breakout from this consolidation. Okay, so this is natural, this is organic. It might not be the timeline that you wanted to see, but this, I've been trading stocks and options for 13 years. This is a normal pattern for a breakout, double top, and the retest. Typically, what do you see from here? You do see a dead cat bounce. Typically, that dead cat bounce might be something between 88,000 and 100,000. And then typically you pull back once more, and then it holds a higher low, and then we explode. That's typically what happens. That's only going to stay intact if we hold this area here. If we hold 75,000 or above, that might play out. If we start to close below 75,000, then we will come here. We will come between 60 and 65,000, and that's going to be inevitable. again, it's because it's just the way that the technicals are going to play out. So whether you like it, whether you want to believe it or not, it's just what's going to happen. So if we do take another, let's say 15 to 25% haircut on Bitcoin, you can probably expect from here some of your altcoins to take a hit of 20 to 40% additionally, right? And again, I know some of you are saying, well, man, I'm already down 60, 70%. What is that going to do for me? Well, if you're down 60 or 70%, that's probably because you were buying here, 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 here. You're just kind of like that fresh liquidity. Like a lot of people want to buy when the market is pumping, right? When the market is pumping, but nobody wants to buy when you're at a discount, here, here, here. Like if you bought in any of these spots, you're golden, you're good, right? You're good. But if you're buying up here and up here and up here, then of course, and it's like a lot of times the question is asked, well, how do you know that it's going to pull back? Well, look at where the move started from. The move is not starting up here. Right? Whatever your influencer, whatever your social media wizard told you, this is not the move for the parabolic, breakout to 200, 175, 150K for Bitcoin. The move started here, right? So if this move is halfway done, right? This is leg one. Now you're getting into that consolidation period. Wherever we want to drop, we could drop here, or we could stay here. Wherever that move wants to drop to, that's leg one. You're going to get some consolidation, and then this will be your leg two. Okay, so how long it's going to take to play out is the big question. We have to remain watching these charts. Again, it can happen sooner if we hold this area. If we hold this area here, and again, look for prices over 75K. If we are holding over 75K, then we could start to go from here. If we start to close below 75K, you can probably add on at least 1 to 3 months for us to get back up towards all-time highs. Okay, that's just my opinion. That's just my thoughts. I'm still super bullish. This run is not over. We're not going to go into some deep, dark bear market where you're going to see Bitcoin trading at 15,000 again or 20,000 again. It's not going to get down that far. Okay, and again, this move is about halfway done because truthfully, we did consolidate at all-time highs for the better half of 2 to 3 months. Okay, so if you look at it, starting to put in these all-time highs back here in the middle of November, and then we really broke through that range here in February the 24th. So from November, December, January, the better half of 3 months, we consolidated at all-time highs, and now we're starting to just get that pullback and that back test. Hope that video helps you guys. Again, I'm going to continue to make more videos that way we can keep continuing to monitor the chart. But again, let's see. We could just start to explode from here. I think more time is needed. Again, I hate even saying that because who wants more time to pass, right? Not me, not you. We want to see it go. We want to see it go now. But there's nothing that we can really do about it. The only thing you can really do about it is continue to dollar cost average, continue to spread the good word in your communities, continue to be positive, and continue to dollar cost average into the best projects that you like. I'll see all of you guys on the next one.